What is up, guys? Little Dog here. Today I'm bringing you a quick guide for Shifting Tombs, the new minigame brought to us by the Menifos expansion. Now there's a lot going on here with this minigame. I'll try to explain it the best I can, explain everything I can. I'll give you a quick overview and then I'll tell you where to start and how you can do it yourself. So the minigame itself consists of cleansing corruption within the tombs, finding tombs, and opening chests within the Shifting Tombs. And each of these requires different skills. There are 8 skills that you can train within the Shifting Tombs, and there is a special way to train them, which I'll show you in a second. Right now I'm just showing you some gameplay of the game itself, but specifically those 8 skills you can train are crafting and construction, dungeoneering and divination, agility and prayer, and rune crafting and thieving. I say them in pairs because you can select them in pairs. And I'll get to exactly how that works later. But there are 8 skills, and you need to have at least 50 in all those skills I just mentioned to be able to do the minigame. There's 3 tiers of this minigame. That's level 50, level 70, and level 90. And in order to do the next tier up and gain the better reputation and rewards, you have to meet the level in each of the skills I just mentioned. Now, in order to have access to Menifos, you need to have completed the Jack of Spades quest. I'm going to throw a link to that video in the description down below if you haven't done that quest. I got a quest guide for it on my channel. You can check that out. It's a very quick quest, easy to do, so don't stress about it too much. There's no required items or skills, so you can get right to it. Now, to start at the beginning, to get to the Shifting Tombs, you want to go to one of the 4 entrances. There is one located in each district. This one is in the Merchants District. The one I'm showing you here right now, this one is in the Port District. All these entrances are connected, and you can quick travel to the other entrances by right-clicking and selecting quick travel. The 3rd entrance is going to be located in the Imperial District. This is just west of the Lodestone, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be west of the Lodestone. And then the final one is located in the Workers District. Now, these are in no specific order. It doesn't matter which one you go in. This is just where they are located. Once you go in one of these entrances, you're going to find yourself in a room that looks just like this. There's going to be 4 statues surrounding the tomb. Before you go in, you need to talk to Ozan. He's going to tell you about the statues and what they do. Now, because most people just click through the dialogue and don't pay attention, I'll tell you about the statues. As I said, the skills are paired in this game. There's 4 statues, each representing a god you've experienced in the desert quest up this point. There is Krondis, who represents the crafting and construction. Het, who represents dungeoneering and divination, Scabarus, who represents agility and prayer, and Atmikin, who represents the rune crafting and thieving. Now, they have braziers in front of each of these statues. You need to light those to choose that experience while you're in the tombs, when you're breaking the urns and opening up the tombs themselves. You can light as many braziers as you want, however, it does cut into your experience depending how many you want. And the experience, at least in Tier 1, is not that great as it stands right now. It's very low experience in hours, so I wouldn't use this as a method to level up. Now, this minigame gives you the option of doing it as a group or doing it solo. If you do it as a group, there is an option to select as randoms, or you can create a group on your own and invite your friends. If you choose a random group, there's a queue you have to wait in. If you have a group of friends, you go right in, even if you don't have all 5. And if you do it solo, you go in immediately. Now, there is an advantage to doing it as a group, as these floors are very hard to clear solo and require extensive planning that you can't do because you don't know what the tomb looks like. They're randomly generated, and it's very hard to clear everything. I probably did 10 runs solo and personally never cleared a floor by myself while getting out on time. So, before you go in, you're going to want to talk to Ozan. As I said, light your braziers, and then you can click on the tombs to find a random group, create a group, or go in solo. Prior to going in, I am going to recommend that you select a reputation. It doesn't matter which one, but just select a reputation, because if you don't, you will not gain reputation for any of the factions. To select a reputation, you're going to want to click on the interface in the top left of your screen while you're in the Shifting Tombs, or just while you're in Menifos. You can click on the top left one and right-click, select Open the Overview, and you'll see the 4 factions you can choose from. They all have their own rewards. You can tab through them up at the top where it says their district. But to select that faction, you're going to want to click on the star next to their name where it says Imperial, Port, Merchant, and Worker. The star you have selected is the reputation you're going to be gaining. I'll let you check out the rewards on your own. They're mostly cosmetics, however, there is access to bank deposit boxes and bank chests, which can be really helpful for skilling that takes place in the city. When you're ready, click the center of the tomb to go in, and you'll be teleported into the tomb, whether you select a group or a solo run. Now once you're here, you're going to just be placed, and you're going to see urns, crystalline corruption, as well as chests and tombs. Now the urns and the crystallized corruption are what is going to fill your corruption objective up. That is on the top left corner of your screen. You can see your 3 objectives as well as your time. You only have 5 minutes in the tomb before you are instantly teleported out. If you are teleported out and you don't climb up the rope, that will count as a failure and you will get no rewards for this. Attempt at the minigame and you'll be wasted time. Now I'm going to slow this segment down a bit here so I can show you how the tombs work. Now you can see the tomb itself is shooting off these blue sort of bursts. It's a bit like Simon Says. It's going to shoot 3 bursts out and they're each going to hit little plates. You have to make sure you push these plates in the correct order to unlock the tomb. Like I said, it's a bit like Simon Says. So you just push the tomb or push the plates in the order that the magic beams are hitting. You can see there's a slight pause, and it'll shoot 3 fast, and then there'll be another slight pause. If you've got the 3 in right, it'll say you hear a click as you press the last panel, and you can open the tomb. Once you open the tomb, that's good. You did it for the entire group. If you do, however, mess up, you can right-click the sarcophagus and select reset, and it'll reset the plate so you can restart. Now, just like there's a set amount of sarcophagi, in each one there's also a set amount of chests. Chests are slightly different than sarcophagus in that there is not a puzzle, you just have to have the required skill to open them. It's also different in that if you don't have the required skill to open them, you have to wait for somebody else in your group to open them, and you also have to search them. If you do not open a chest, you have to search it to have the requirement completed. And finally, for the corruption, you gain that by smashing urns and mining the corruption, as I said earlier. Now, when you smash the urns, you're going to gain that rune crafting experience if, for say, you were using Atmakin. So you'd get rune crafting experience if you had activated the Atmakin brazier, and you would get thieving experience for opening a sarcophagi. Now, you can see that my character has a blue aura around him now. If you were to destroy 5 of these urns in quick succession, you gain the ability to immediately destroy the crystallized corruption. So you can see my character just shot a beam at the corruption, it went right through it, and I didn't have to mine. However, you can see that when his aura does deplete, as you can see here, he will just mine it normally. Now, it's the same time for mining it normally as it would be for destroying it normally, but sometimes you'll have big pockets, and if you shoot it, if you have the beam, the big aura for destroying 5 urns in quick succession, you can go through multiple of the corruption at once. This really helps when you have big pockets blocking the pass that you need to go through. You can destroy 5 urns in quick succession. You can also destroy urns while you're doing other things. So if I were, for say, unlocking this chest here, I could be shooting the urns as I went along. But all you have to do to get this aura is destroy 5 urns in quick succession. It's easy as that. Now, shifting tombs is a non-combat minigame and it involves a lot of running. So I'd recommend you leave behind your armor and weapons so you're lighter, and you bring your energy potions, that way you can run more so you're not getting stuck in the tomb. The last thing that you need to do when you're in the tomb is manage to find the exit. Where you spawn is not the exit, and you need to remember that. Because if you don't get out in time, you will lose all your stuff and you'll have 5 minutes wasted. One advantage of doing this with a group is that if you haven't found the rope, you can ask in the chat if any of them have. Most likely they found the rope because you guys will split up. They'll tell you it's near the start, it's near the south, it's near the north. That way you're not stuck and you can find it while completing your objectives. So you really have 4 objectives total when you're in the shifting tombs. To complete the first 3 and get out on time, and you need to find the rope to get out on time. Now when you do find the rope and you go to click on it, if you are cutting the time close, you got a couple seconds, you're going to want to right click on the rope and select quick exit. That brings you right up the rope. Sometimes when you do click on the rope, it will give you a confirmation dialog box making you choose yes to go up the rope. If you are doing this with a group, it is important to note that you definitely do not need the entire 5 minutes to complete all the objectives. If you're doing it solo, you are going to need that full 5 minutes, and that is even going to be pushing it. So if you are still in the tomb and it pops up and saying you have a minute left, you're going to want to get out of the tomb as soon as possible because you will lose those rewards and it's not worth it. That's really all I have to say for this minigame guide. If it helps, be sure to leave a like, comment down below if you have any questions, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, leave it in the comments down below. If you figured out a better way to do this, an ideal way, let everybody know so that we can have the best way possible. Thanks.